But we begin tonight with new developments in a deadly hit-and-run crash.
We now know the name of the motorist who was struck in, or motorcyclist, I should say, who was struck and killed on Plainfield Street in Providence Saturday. The victim's family tells us he is 31-year-old Alexis Morales.
And tonight, the driver accused of hitting Morales and leaving him for dead is free on $25,000 bail following his arraignment.
Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russum joins us live now with the latest developments.
Shannon and Mike, good evening. Today we spoke with a woman who grew up with Alexis Morales and heard the crash happen. She tells us Morales died just blocks away from his home. Walking into Providence District Court is 25-year-old Raul Laster Pole. Providence police say he was the driver in a deadly hit-and-run this weekend. Police say Laster Pole was driving down this road in the west side of the city late Saturday night. They say when he tried to turn left on Plainfield Street, he collided with the motorcycle, sending the driver into the side of this building. You can see how the force of the crash tore up the wall. The man on the motorcycle, 31-year-old Alexis Morales, was pronounced dead at the hospital just a half hour later.
We heard a big bang. It literally shook the whole house of ours.
Stephanie Santos tells Eyewitness News she grew up with Morales and ran to the crash after she heard it. She didn't want to be on camera for her own safety.
He was really banged up. He had, his face bruised, banged up. It was swollen, and just didn't recognize him laying there. He was lifeless.
According to the police report, Laster Pole drove off after the crash and ditched the car. Police say he then walked back to the accident where he was arrested. Police say Laster Pole isn't an American citizen. He's Guatemalan. He was allegedly driving without a license, and the car wasn't even his. It was towed away to this lot, and we got the keys to check the car out. Look at the damage that was done. The front bumper, gone. And new at 6 tonight, how Alexis Morales' family is remembering him tonight. Live in Providence with the Mobile Newsroom, Perry Russum, Eyewitness News.
We begin with a deadly hit-and-run. A man riding a motorcycle was killed after his bike was struck this weekend in Providence.
The driver was arrested a short time after the crash and appeared in court today.
New at 6 tonight, we're learning more about how the victim's family is remembering him.
Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russum joins us now live outside Providence District Court.
Shannon and Mike, good evening. New tonight, we're getting a personal look at how Alexis Morales' family is honoring him after he was killed in a motorcycle crash on the city's west side. This is what the inside of Alexis Morales' home now looks like. A small memorial on this table set up for him just a day after being killed in a hit-and-run blocks away from his home. This is the picture his family showed us, and there he is on the left. Providence police say late Saturday night, Morales was riding his motorcycle in the city's west side. That's when police say a car tried to turn on Plainfield Street, crashing into Morales, sending him into the side of this building. He was pronounced dead at the hospital a half hour later.
His motorcycle was demolished. It was mangled. You couldn't even recognize it.
Stephanie Santos ran to him while he was laying in the street. She didn't want to be on camera for her own safety.
Just told him, Lex, stay with us, stay with us. You got family and people that love you a lot. We can't lose you.
Providence police say 25-year-old Raul Laster Pole was the driver of the car. You can see the damage that was done. After the crash, police say Laster Pole drove away, ditched the car, only to walk back to the scene where he was arrested. Police say he doesn't have a license. Laster Pole's bail was set at $25,000 with surety, and tonight the district court is telling us that he has posted bail. Live in Providence with the Mobile Newsroom, Perry Russum, Eyewitness News.